We're back on WUSB with Kaitlin Butts and her new album. Well, a few months old, but it is my pick for album of the year called Roadrunner. The song you just heard is called You Ain't Gotta Die. Um, how fun is it to be petty on a song?
It's the most fun thing that I can imagine to do is just to be um like passive aggressive and in such a like sweet southern way. Um those are like songs that I grew up on, like Pistol Annie's or I can't think of anything right now, but just anything that is just kind of like Angelina Presley, her song Bless Your Heart. I look up to songwriting like that where you can say it in such a sweet way, um, and say things delicately but with a sword, and really cut them down. It's always very satisfying to finish a song like that.
Is that whole, playful and funny and I don't know exactly how to describe it, but that mood, is that something that you can gather from musical theater background to just sort of be wink wink with the audience?
Totally. I mean, there's now that I think about it, like that is such a huge element of musical theater is that wink wink with the audience and the humor is what I have always loved about theater and the storytelling. And I think that they've always country music, and it's such a weird comparison, but they have so much in common when it comes to storytelling and humor and expressing in a dramatic way a sad song or um very compelling storytelling. And I think that those there's so much in common with them. And I definitely draw from musical theater background when it comes to um, expressing that like cheekiness.
That cheekiness, but I think, I listening to the album totally into it. The highs, the lows, the literal Rodgers and Hammerstein cover, the everything. And then at the end, you let out the line, I love you so much, don't make me kill you. And I actually laughed out loud. Um,
Thanks. That was a Kesha song. It's a Kesha cover. And I had the exact same reaction. She that there's an album of hers called Rainbow, and I've always been a fan of Kesha and pop music, and but she has like a country album, and it's very surprising. Like she's got lots of country flair. She's always had like country themes around her music, but that is I didn't change anything about the instrumentation or the lines. Like her version sounds like a Johnny Cash song, and so I closely identified with it, and I knew that one day I wanted to, cover it, and whether in a live show, but it fit so well on this album when it came to the characters Ado Annie and Will Parker. I just like saw them when I heard that song, and thought, that's kind of what they're saying in the song All or Nothing, which is like, with me it's all or nothing, and is it all or nothing for you? And I'm like, that is such the modern day version. Hunt You Down is the modern day version of that. The Don't Make Me Kill You. It's such a good song, and yeah.
so of all of the musical theater tracks, uh, why did you pick the one you did to put on the song?
People will say we're in love.
Yes.
Um, I that's such a American classic, um, that you can't write a better song than that. It's already done. You can't make anything better than that song. And I heard it, and I thought if there was just an acoustic guitar with this, it could sound like a John Prine song. It's so folk. It can be folky and very bare bones. And I really just wanted it to play. I wanted to pay tribute to Oklahoma and find out how it would sound like with newer songs and how it would sound in today's world. But People Will Say We're in Love is so timeless. And I knew I had to put that was the one that I had to just do it, play it like it is.
And you have you seen or heard the Oklahoma version with all Americana modern type sounds to the old words? That
Like the
came out
new,
of New York.
yes, I saw it when it came to Tennessee.
What do you think?
Um, I was not a fan, if I'm being truthful. I I I can totally, I was excited to see how they modernized it. I was really excited to see how they included a non-binary person in a wheelchair, or just how I was excited to see the storyline and how it would feel today. Um, but I was so um, really disappointed. But it also made me know that I was on the right track. Like if that if they could put that on like a touring show, like I'm doing okay making this Oklahoma country album. I did not like it. I think they could have done a lot better on um they didn't change the script at all, but they're wearing graphic t-shirts and husking corn and throwing spewing beer onto the audience, Bud Light onto the audience. Like it didn't pay tribute to Oklahoma. It kind of felt like a mockery of it. And that feels harsh, but that's how I feel. I did not like it. And if you're gonna modernize something, I think that you should pay tribute to it and make it even better. I did not enjoy it at all. Controversy.
When you went to cover People Will Say We're in Love, you went to Cleto Cordero. Tell me about your history of teaming up with him.
We met in 2016 in the studio singing a song called A Life Where We Work Out. Um, I he had heard one of my songs on the radio in Fort Worth and asked me to come sing on that duet. So that's where we met initially, and that's now um, our biggest song together. It's got like 90 million streams on Spotify, which is insane. And to know that that was initially a breakup song, and but it's how we met and found each other. We've collaborated since on songs like Mornings with You, um, and a few, and I think maybe just one other one. Um, but it feels good to collaborate with him, and he sang on one of my songs, What Else Can She Do, for harmonies, and then sang on this album. And I think just continuing to collaborate with him, I'm lucky to sing music with him.
All right, let's hear A Life Where We Work Out, and we'll be right back.